The Trump tax scam has claimed yet another victim, Pepsi. Now, according to Business Insider, PepsiCo has reported flat revenue for the last few months of 2017, and in response has said that it will cut about 1,100 jobs while giving others bonuses of up to $1,000. Now, they, of course, are crediting the tax cuts for the rich and corporations for that $1,000 bonus. But again, remember that they've just decided to cut 1,100 jobs. Now, it said, the article says that it did not say how many workers would receive those bonuses or what the criteria is for the size of the bonus. So always look for the details. The devil is in the details, always. So if they're giving out, say, a few thousand bonuses of $1,000 to middle management, right? Oh, managers, you did great. Okay, then that doesn't amount to very much. If they're giving them to some of the line workers and things like that, then, okay, you're doing better. I mean, they do employ somewhere around 100,000 employees, somewhere around there. So, look, you give half those people bonuses, still a decent amount of money, right? Not necessarily a huge impact when it comes to their bottom line or their profits, things like that. And actually, wage increases would be far more effective use of that tax money. But I'm going to tell you what they're actually going to use the tax money for. So, but let me get to this other stuff first. So what they're doing is by giving these bonuses, they're doing what Walmart, Verizon, and some of these other companies have done. They give bonuses with one hand, and then with the other, they slash jobs. And they're saying, oh, thanks to the GOP tax cuts. In reality, the GOP tax cuts, they want to claim are the reasons that they're able to give out these bonuses, when actually they were able to give out the bonuses before. But they decided, PR move, right? Well, this PR move is basically there to make up for the fact that they are cutting these jobs. So, and that's the problem here. They are cutting jobs. But wait a minute, you say, wasn't this supposed to create jobs? Of course not. Look, I don't understand how people can still believe that. There's overwhelming evidence that tax cuts for the rich do not trickle down. It doesn't trickle down wealth, and it does not trickle down jobs. Now, here's what they actually plan to do instead of create jobs. They said the company will use its tax savings to bump its annual dividend by 15%. It goes to the shareholders. And increase its share buyback program by $3 billion. That's from $12 billion to a total of $15 billion. Now, what did we tell you? What did we tell you? They're going to use this money to buy back their own shares. That's what they used this money before. Now, I remember during the Bush years, they had a tax holiday. And that's actually part of this tax bill, by the way. So they had a tax holiday. These companies brought back billions of dollars. They also got tax cuts. It's a major tax cut. And what did they do? They bought back their own shares. That doesn't impact you. That doesn't help you. What it does is that it inflates artificially their own stock prices. Now, that's great for the executives. And they can also go back and claim to possible investors that, hey, oh, look at that. Our stock price is worth a lot. Our company's doing really, really good. When in actuality, they don't have to be doing good. They just buy back their own shares, and suddenly it gives the impression that they're doing excellent and that it's a great place to invest. But I just told you that they've had flat revenue, not making any more money. So they're not doing well. But they're going to use this money not to invest in their workforce, not to give raises and things like that, so that their customers actually have more money, so they can actually spend more of that money. No, they're going to boost dividends. And they're going to boost their own stock prices, which again only helps people at the top. That's the plan. But what about the bonuses, Jeff? Those bonuses are crumbs. Okay? They're throwing you crumbs, literally. Now, here's the thing. The corporations always do this. Again, anybody who's paying attention to what corporations do with their money knows that this is going to happen because they're programmed to do this. They are programmed to create profit. They are legal fictions. They're not real. We have written them into the law and created them out of nothing, right? And these corporations, their only concern is to make profit. That is their job. It doesn't matter who they hurt, who they roll over, what they do. Their job is to maximize profit. And so what we've done is that we've empowered these legal fictions by shoveling more and more wealth towards them. And of course, those politicians that continue to do that, to vote tax cuts, for example, for these corporations, they are paid by those same corporations to do so. They are part of that machine now. They have been purchased by the corporations, and their mandate is now the same mandate as these companies. Maximize corporate profits. How do they do that? By reducing taxes. I mean, what do you think is going to happen when money equals speech? And then you tell corporations, by the way, that they have unlimited speech rights. They're going to use the speech rights. They're going to use that right to buy our politicians. And that's what they've done. And understand, that's exactly why this is happening. The donors bribe the politicians. They can get the huge tax cuts. And then the donors use the extra money they save from the tax cuts to bribe more politicians to get even more tax cuts. So we've got to stop them. We actually have to institute taxes on them. We have to stop them from bribing the politicians so that they don't repeat this cycle, because that cycle bankrupts us. It initiates this transfer of wealth from the middle class and the poor to the top 1%, to the richest corporations in the world. We've got to stop this. Okay. And the thing is that the system is designed to protect itself. So what are they doing now? Well, they're doing these bonuses. They're throwing you the crumbs and say, oh, look, no, of course, we've got your best interest at heart. If you cut taxes again, then maybe we'll give you another bonus, a bigger bonus. But that's not what's going to happen. Look, what we have to do is, again, we have to educate people on what actually drives demand. What actually creates jobs. And that is demand. And demand, of course, is created when people have money to be able to spend on those products. It's not all supply side. The supply side trickle-down myth has been going on for far too long, and far too many people have believed it. Okay? Now, as far as Pepsi is concerned, look, it's not the only factor that has contributed to their poor sales. Demand, lack of demand, I should say. There's a lot of different things involved. People making healthier choices, I'm in favor of that. Great, wonderful. You choose not to drink soda. Look, I've given up soda, and it's actually helped my weight. So that's great. You give up soda, obviously you're not buying as many Pepsi products or any Pepsi products. And so, well, that's going to have an impact on their bottom line. That's just one of the choices that consumers can make that have impacted this, right? Or, you know, people even choosing competitors, going for Coke instead of Pepsi. You can do that. The other factor, of course, is that there's a lot of people that just don't have enough money to be able to buy your products. And that, of course, look, a lot of that involves how much money goes to the rest of the economy. A lot of people have seen their wages stagnate over the last 30 years, while the price of other things has gone up. For example, you have health insurance. Health insurance premiums are so much higher. You have energy costs that are higher. You've got food costs that are higher. Wages are stagnant, while corporate profits have exploded. You are not getting paid what you earn. You are not getting paid what you are worth. You're getting paid far, far less for being even more productive. So that's why there's not as much demand. And so, look, when there's not a lot of demand, these corporations aren't going to create jobs. And that's part of the big lie. The big lie is that no, if we cut corporate taxes, then they're going to create more jobs. But why would you, as a company, if there is no demand, create jobs that you don't need? It wouldn't make sense from a business perspective. The corporations are not the center of the economic universe. Turns out we are. Our decisions help. When we spend money, that goes into the economy, that creates jobs. We are the job creators. And it's time we actually start realizing that truth instead of falling again and again for trickle-down economics. We've got to reclaim this truth, right? And that we got to take our country back from the robots, the corporations, and their paid lackeys in Congress. And then when we do that, we can actually create an economy that works for everybody, and not just the ones at the top. And I think the big, the first, or maybe the second thing, the first thing is, of course, to start understand how that system works. And the second thing is by fighting to get the money out of politics. That is going to be the major fight. So, but that's what we have to do if we actually want to create a real economy that serves all of us. Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video. If you want to see more like this, please hit the subscribe button below. And if you want to support truly independent progressive media, please consider becoming a patron at patreon.com/TYTNation.